Hi Aquarius, thank you for joining me for your December 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and for your donations. I appreciate you choosing me as your reader. I am shuffling the new Palladini Tarot by David Palladini, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite decks. I've been showcasing it on Instagram and decorating it, and I am in love with the images. Here's what the back looks like. It's a mixture of the infinity symbol and the Ouroboros, which I'm into. I'm into all of it. Let's get to it. I'll be shuffling this for the Astro portion. We have a lot going on in December. And the first transit is on the 1st, and that is Venus entering the sign of Sagittarius, where the most of your energy is consisting this month in that fire sign, which works for you because this will sextile the Aquarian sun, rising, and moon. And please watch all of those forecasts for a full cosmic catch-up. If you're lucky enough to know your time of birth, that can be all determined online for you, or I can help you as well. So Venus in Sagittarius affects the 11th house, and that is the house that Aquarius is reacting to and responding to in this month of December. Your social connections, you're attracted to friendships and being connected to people and groups and clubs and joining different, joining friendships and organizations that you're attracted to now, memberships. This is also the internet, and the World Wide Web is the 11th house. It's a house of the individual and an autonomous energy. It is the rebel. It's a rebellious, revelationary energy. A sector, the 11th house. It's a progressive sector, so things that are non-conformist and not old-fashioned, all of this progressive energy will attract Aquarius right now. And you might consider joining an organization that you have always been intrigued or attracted to, intrigued by, but you just really never committed to it. And you could find that it has something to do with astrology or tarot. The 11th house influences that area, as well as the 9th house of metaphysical energy. But this could be inspiring you in this realm here. On the 3rd, we have a Mercury retrograde, which initiates at 29 degrees of Sagittarius in this 11th house, where you will have your review. And it goes back to the 11-degree mark through the 22nd of December. So Mercury, the information planet, the intellect, the mind, is slowing down. It's our final retrograde of the year. So our communications are a little off. Technologies, satellites, all small devices. They'll be a little bit on the fritz or a little glitchy for all of us. But for you, this is definitely your computer. The internet connection. The 11th house is literally that. So I think you're going to have some glitches there. Please back up your computers way before the 3rd. So I'm going to get these up this week, hopefully editing these in the next few hours after I finish recording them. So you'll have time to back up your computers. Also, watch how you're communicating with friends in your life. You don't want to say too much or say things that you don't mean, that you can't take back. So watch what's being said and say only what it is you truly mean in a Mercury retrograde. In the house of friendships, you could easily hear from someone that you haven't in a long period of time. You could hear from someone from the past, friends that can come in, because Mercury does that. It's the messenger. It's messages from long before in a sector regarding friends and people you used to know. When he does retrograde, he's going to cross over Saturn. And Saturn has been in your 11th house for 3 years. So you've been limiting the new friends into your life. No new friends. You've been limiting or feeling kind of restricted in how social you have been, is what I'm getting. And Mercury's final review over Saturn here could see some limitation just before Saturn exits this sector on the 19th of December. But I'll get to that in a minute. On the same day Mercury retrogrades, the 3rd, we have our full moon at 11 degrees of Gemini. This trines any of the placements you have with Aquarius, another air sign. So there's a closure here, though, in the 5th house, and there could be an ending to a romance for Aquarius. Could also be putting an end to a creative endeavor that you've finished or a project that you're done with. It could also see an end to a pregnancy as well. So Aquarians who are pregnant could be delivering the 5th house of babies and children. You could be delivering around this full moon of the 3rd of December. And the full moon is prominent 2.5 days before and 2.5 days after. So keep that in mind when your due dates are here. But there's closure in the romance sector for Aquarius. I don't think some romances will be making it into 2018 that are more lighthearted. I don't think this is a marriage. This isn't the 7th house where there's a full moon, which would be maybe closure of marriage. But this is about love life and dating and having fun. And some Aquarians aren't feeling the connection, and the full moon is the time that this becomes your awareness. Wherever the full moon shines in that sector, that's what's illuminated for Aquarius. And it's in the 5th house of children, fertility, true love and romance. I'm also hearing some Aquarians are putting to rest the option to have more children or to have children at all. There's always, men don't go through this that often at all, but women always have to, because we are the ones with the capacity to birth children. So what I'm getting is, for some of you, it's been on the back burner. Wow, will I have another child? And I'm getting another. That's the message. It's really not about people who don't have children right now. It could apply that way, but the particular message I'm hearing is, should I have another child? And then you finally come to the realization that you're not. And maybe this is not a group decision, but a dual, the decision between the two of you. Well, look, we're not gonna procreate. We're gonna call it a day. We're happy with the one we have. So there are some couples out there that are going through that, and that's fine. Look, just because we have the organs doesn't mean we're meant to. I think that people should have to qualify to have children half the time. Just because of how crazy the world is getting, it's like, you have to take a test to drive a car. You think you should take a test to become a parent. Things are getting nuts, so it's okay to make those kinds of decisions. It's healthy to make those kinds of decisions. It's also smart to think about how many children you're bringing in. And this message was for people who already had one or two. One is what I think they said. So see how it applies to you. It could also be, to take it another direction, you've completed an album, you've completed your record or your performance, and now you're able to move on to the second endeavor, the second creative project, which also consists of the 5th house. So you see how it's applying? It applies differently to everyone because we can't all live the same life, but private readings can help assess what's happening there. On the 9th of December, Mars, the planet of energy and action and drive and stamina and determination and anger and aggression and some sexual physical energy, is entering a very sexual sign of Scorpio. But for Aquarius, this sector governs your career. And that's where Jupiter is, and that's where Mars will cross over this planet of expansion and prosperity. You're looking at promotion, Aquarius. You're looking at a big, prosperous time frame between the 9th of December and the 18th of January, around that time. Mars is a catalyst planet, so for him to cross over Jupiter, who's just kind of sitting very in a very jovial way in the career sector, waiting to expand Aquarius and Aquarius rising. In the promotional sector of career, I think you're going to notice some paydays, some promotional status, and just watch your temper in career too. When Mars transits an area, that's where you're feistiest. So watch, you know, your tone in career. It's also being assessed. Our new moon is on the 18th at 26 degrees of Sagittarius in this 11th house again, where Venus is stationed and Mercury is going through his review. 11th house. Now we want new friends. Now we want the new friends in the new moon of intentions, or the new moon in friendships and goals. Setting your intentions here is very powerful. On the 19th, Saturn enters Capricorn, leaving Sagittarius after a 3-year stay. So Saturn will be in the sign he naturally governs. He's very comfortable in Capricorn. That's his zodiac sign. And that is in the 12th house for you. So I don't mind this at all. That's one of the sectors Saturn can't really mess with. So from the 19th on, Capricorn energy is ignited for you. The 12th house is ignited. And the Sun enters Capricorn on the 21st. And on the 25th, Venus enters Capricorn. So happy holidays as well, and Merry Christmas to those who celebrate that holiday. The 12th house of quiet, rest, psychic ability, intuition, dreams. The house of release and the house of the undoing, addictions, getting rid of what you no longer need. And let me tell you, Aquarius, if you have a vice that you use too much, Saturn in the 12th will be seeing you go bye-bye to this. It might take a 3-year experience, it might take a process, but there will be the removal of what no longer serves you in a way that it applies totally in the house of completion, the 12th house. I know online, I'm reading a lot of stuff online, which is like just hard to swallow because everyone thinks they're an advisor when they have an Instagram account, or they think they're an astrologer because they know when the full moon is. But the reality is there's very specific energy that can be used at specific times. It's not always about getting rid of what no longer serves you, which is a phrase I find everyone's using because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That is applied to the 12th house, or it's applied to a sector where the full moon resides for you. So watch who you're reading online, because I think there's a lot of misguidance. People that have careers and jobs and their entrepreneurial businesses that have nothing to do with advising people as a counselor or an astrologer. They're giving a lot of advice. So just choose your sources wisely. This is the time for Aquarians from the 19th of December of 2017 through the 17th of December of 2020. That's the time you're really getting rid of what no longer serves you. And this could apply to addictive habits, smoking, even things that you are subconsciously doing, habits, habitual patterns that are negative, that could be negatively influencing your life. This is when you work on them. This could be a brilliant time over the next 3 years for you to deal with hypnosis treatments, therapy, counseling. I mean, it's perfect for hypnosis is what I'm getting, and going deep into the subconscious mind through the, I'm getting cerebellum. I'm hearing like parts of the brain, frontal lobes, cerebellum. You could be doing a lot of brain work and dream therapy work, dream recall, past life recognition and recall. These types of treatments are extremely profound and beneficial. I've actually done a few of them myself. Brilliant to get to the core of what feeds you. So let's get to the cards and see what comes up for Aquarius. And again, if you'd like to read with me, I would love it. It's my best passion. I love doing it. So it's audreyalison.com. And let's get to the cards for you. Wow, the Sun, the best card in the tarot next to the World. This is success, marriage, love, happiness. It's also the time frame of summer. Now you've got victory, 6 of Rods, success again, accomplishment. I think your career is going to be ignited with Mars. This is a fire card in the 10th house of career. And crossing over Jupiter, there's expansion and recognition, promotion, reward, and acknowledgement, honor, and respect with this card. More fire, though. Knight of Rods. You could be considering a move. You could have the inspiration, fire, to relocate. That's the Knight of Rods. Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing, luck, Jupiter in Scorpio, 10th house of career. That's where he is for you. So look at this. The career is going to reach Aquarius to new heights, and you are in the right place. Trust that. Trust and believe that. With the Sun, so you've got two beautiful major arcana cards gracing this reading, the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune, suggesting the right timing, the combination lock, the doors open, and then you have your reward. And your reward is coming in these knights on fire, you know, the fire wands on the horses, delivering accolades, promotion, quickly. And you might get promoted so well that it has something to do with property. Maybe you're selling property. You could be working in real estate. You could be developing land, contractors, construction, building. This is big for people in that area that's connected to property and working with new homes, maybe decorating and land. It could apply very differently. There's so many jobs like that, but I can't believe this. This is beautiful. And you see the circles in there? It's like full completion, full circle. You're in the right place. Trust that. Okay? I hope this was helpful for you, Aquarius. I'm wishing you a beautiful December and a lovely holiday. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.